Well, today we're going to try our hand at some wood-fired pizza. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a professional pizza maker, in case you didn't know, but I try. So here I'm going to give you options. We're doing a steak pizza, and I'm going to show you how to do a quick little pepperoni pizza. So, let's get started. And we'll start off first with the dough because it takes the longest. Got to rise and do this stuff. Get you about 1.25 cups of 100-degree water. I'm going to add in just a little bit of honey, give that yeast something to eat on, but this little packaged yeast that we're going to stick in here, it really don't need it. You can just put it in water. Let's get it in there. Let's set it to the side. Let that yeast get activated. While we're doing that, let's get out our mixing bowl and get us some bread flour. If you've got double alt pizza flour, use it. If you don't have bread flour, use regular flour, all-purpose flour. So get you 3 cups. Then we're going to add in about 2 teaspoons of salt. And here I've got a little Spiceology pizza seasoning. This thing's like an Italian restaurant in a bottle. I love it. Use it quite a lot of things. I put in about 1 tablespoon. Let's kick on this mixer here. Okay, hold on. Let's plug in this mixer here. Let's give it a quick twirl to get them dry ingredients mixed up. So now that we're all frothy over here in our little yeasty beverage, we're going to add in, say, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to pour that in slowly with the mixer on low. Once you get it in there, run her about medium speed, about 5-7 minutes, till it looks something like this. Oh, and don't mash your hand. Alrighty. I've seen the professionals do it this way. They take it and they tuck it under. Then they chunk it down on the table and they do a little twisty twirl action there that gets good and taut. Anyway, then lube you up your vessel there. Drop that dough ball in just to show you it's really in there. There you go. I got it. And we're going to cover it up with some plastic wrap. Take it inside where it's nice and warm. Let it rise because it's not warm out here. While you're in the house, grab you a steak out of the fridge. Here we have just the old Walmart steak. It's just choice. You ain't got to have prime steak all the time. Well, rarely to ever prime steak. Anyway, let's do a little salt brine on it. That's all we're going to do. Coat her up with salt. Set her back here to the back. Because we've got to make us some Mojo Chimichurri. Here we got 2 bundles of cilantro. The juice of 1 lime. A ton of garlic. I'd say about 10 cloves there. Half an ounce of oregano, a shallot, a jalapeno pepper, and about 1/2 of a red bell pepper. Let's chunk it in here. You notice something is missing. I did not realize that until I stuck my hand in there. Well, let's get the cilantro back out. And let's go over here and get the very important blade that goes in this here food processor. Stick it in and start over. Cilantro in. And that little box of oregano you can get at Walmart. Put it in there. Give her a few spins around the world there just to chop it up a little. And add everything else you got in there. Just squeeze the lime. Don't put the whole lime in there. Alrighty. Once it gets chopped up a little better, we're going to add about 1 cup of olive oil. Now that should be enough to get a nice texture. Nice little liquefied form there. Add in a little salt, a little pepper to your liking. Almost forgot. Let's add a little white wine vinegar, about 1/2 cup, because I didn't have any red. And here we have it. This is the consistency you're looking for. Right here. Alright, give her a good little taste here, just to make sure everything's seasoned properly. And I realize we need just a tad more salt, and a little bit more pepper. Same with the dough. Let's cover it up, put it in the fridge, and let them flavors mingle. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you a pepperoni per pizza version here, so get you some of these San Marzano tomatoes. Dump out what juice you can. Dump that in your blender. Add you about 6 cloves of garlic. As you can tell, I like garlic. And a couple tablespoons of your olive oil. And a pinch of salt. Once again, we're going back with that pizza seasoning. If you don't have any of this pizza seasoning, you can just throw some oregano in there. Give her a few little pumps. And there we have it. There's your pizza sauce. Same as other, cover it up, put it in the fridge, let them flavors marry. Here's our steak, looking pretty good. Let's go outside, let's get to cooking. Alrighty, we're going to fire up the Outlaw smoker today. As you can see, I've got a bed of coals started with my Fogo charcoal. We're going to add a little hickory wood right here. That's what I got. Let's shut this door. I'm going to show you. We're going to be running at 300 degrees. Now you may be saying, you can't cook a pizza on a stick burner and it only running 300 degrees. Well, contraire. My man Jay at Outlaw Smoker has made this little hot box. So I can cook pizza, I can cook bread. I think there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be able to cook with this. As you can see, I'm running about 600 degrees on the top shelf, 500 on the bottom. I think that's perfect for cooking a steak and a pizza. So we're going to lube her up a little bit, throw that steak on there, and let her sizzle. As you can see, she's a sizzling good. Let's close her down. And this is where I realized that I could have used grill grates and made it pretty. But we're not looking for pretty. We just want to take a little of the rawness out of this here steak. We're going to give her a flip. We was in here probably about 2 minutes aside. What I was looking for was to get this steak to, say, about 90 degrees, up to 100 degrees. That way it just wouldn't be completely rare on that steak. We don't want people freaking out. So now that I've got it there, we're going to take her inside. Besides it being falling apart, it looks pretty dang good. Be cooked on a stick burner. So cover up like any piece of meat. Let's let her rest. Get that pizza stone on that second shelf so it'll get good and hot. So next, we got to go in there and get that dough, which has more than doubled in size. And that pizza yeast is some active stuff, son. We got to get it cut up here. So let's get us a little flour on the table and do a little squaring up. Try to get 4 equal pieces. It's going to make, this depends on how you throw your dough. About 6-inch rounds, maybe 8-inch rounds. And once again, I'm going to get fancy. Fold under, twisty twirl on the table here in a second. Set it on the plate and let's go for about a 30-minute rise this time. It shouldn't be near as long. Let's clean off our work surface. Let's get this steak cut up. Got her nice little knife out here. We're going to slice her around. Let's get ooh, look at this reveal shot. Man, does that look good. Oh, that's raw. You can't eat that. Don't. Oh, you're going to die. You're going to die. All right, let's cut this baby up. Yeah, let's get her wrapped up tight. That way all them juices are just staying there and soaked in. Here's her dough. Once again, get your table dirty. Alrighty, this is where you really know I'm not a professional. To the best of your ability, try to get this piece of dough round and, like you said, about 6/8 in and throw it. Nah, don't even worry about throwing it. Just press it and punch it and yeah. Now, here we go. Get out our chimichurri. Lay us on as much as you want. I'm telling you, this stuff is good. I think we can eat this on anything. This is not just for pizza. You know, anything that would take a sauce, just eat it on it, especially beef. All right, get your steak, throw it on there. Typical pizza making thing here. Get you some cheese if you want this here mozzarella in a ball. Throw it on there. Get you some shredded cheese. We're not going to judge here. And I told you we'd do the pepperoni just in case you didn't like it. This will be the last time you see it. Just throw a little of that sauce on there. Cut your own pepperoni. That way you can do it as thick and thin as you want. Throw the cheese on it, and there you go. Now it's time to cook. Get your pizza pill out. Add way too much corn flour, or corn, what's that stuff called? Anyway, cornmeal, yeah. That way that pizza slide right off of there. And get it on there. Man, this is going to be fun. Already got a little smoke coming off of her. And there she is. This is like a minute into the cook. Done puffed up all nice. Done got a little brown on the side. It may have been a little longer than a minute, maybe 2 minutes. I cannot recall. This is about a 4.5 minute pizza. Let's give her another good look and another twist around so we don't get all burnt on one side. And there you have it. I just cooked a pizza on a dadgum barbecue pit. Mr. J, you're an impressive man. Not me, Mr. J. Mr. J at the Outlaw. Anyway, All right, let's get this thing off, get inside and eat it. Here you have it. Look at it. It looks like one of them professional pizza joints that you go to in the big cities. But I guess they make steak pizzas. I don't know. So let's look at the bottom. That's a tail sign. Yes, we had that zebra crust or whatever they call it. Man, I gotta eat this. This smells good. Man, so pull out your pizza cutter. Give her a slice. We'll cut her into 4s. You know, if I wasn't doing for video, I'd just put it on the plate and eat it whole. I put you on a little fancy Parmesan in a wedge. And a little more salt. And that's it. It's time to eat. Get that baby up. We didn't really have cheese pull, but we got cheese fall. Look how fast I got that in my mouth. Alrighty. So let's take a bite. Let me tell you guys, not just because I made this pizza, this here is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. Man, this chimichurri sauce is amazing. I'm telling you, eat it on anything. Oh man, the crust's got a little crunch to it, got a little dough. Man, it's just good. And you don't have to have a stick burner. You can do it in the oven. So just cook it. Alrighty guys, see you next week.